Okay. What is going on, my reefing fan? March here. This is Fragbox TV. Hello and welcome back to the channel. What am I showing you? Why am I focusing on these things here? These are ICP tests. Hello, welcome back. What are ICP tests? What is this? What is this channel? What is going on? Reefing fan March here. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. This is our store in Toronto that specializes in ta-da! Saltwater aquariums. Say hello to our new one-eyed pirate of an angelfish. One of the only angelfish that I think is really reef safe. You know how I know? Check out my A-cans. They're looking fantastic. They haven't started to close up. I do not trust angelfish. Okay, ADHD out of the way. We got distracted. Why are we doing an ICP test? Because I'm bored. It's summertime. There's not a lot going on in the store. These are very sophisticated water tests. So if you're ever having trouble with coral, or you just want to see where your tank's at and you want to look at tests that are outside of the scope of normal hobby grade test kits, what do I mean when I say that? These are basically hobby grade. These are my favorite ones, the Aquaforce ones. You can see, oh my god, we're out of stock. Magnesium, alkalinity, calcium, all very important for keeping a thriving reef tank. Really, alkalinity, very important. And then there's other important things that we look at. Ammonia and nitrite in the beginning. Sulfur, what up? Also great, made in Holland. Ammonia and nitrite, nitrates, phosphates. They also make magnesium, calcium, alkalinity. There's copper pH. But if we want to get into the nitty gritty, we want to really fine tune our tanks and get the best results. Or maybe you think that you're lacking in one of the trace elements or minerals. This is where ICP tests come into play. So that would be things like strontium, potassium, iodine, iron, things like that, that there really aren't any good hobby grade test kits. Red Sea, they make some. I'm not crazy about them. Actually, this will be the last one that I carry after it sells. I think they're too expensive and I don't think they're very good. I love the Red Sea products overall, but I think that one is a piece of shenanigans. So what you do with these is you send them off and they put them through a very expensive, usually around $1 million for the ICP machine, and then you log into their nice interface and you get your results. Why am I doing 3 of them? Because up until now I've been doing this type, which is the ICP OES. Now they claim from Triton that it's 25 times more sensitive. I just came back from Germany and I went to go check out a company called White Corals, which also happens to own Nios. Oh, I don't have any Nios skimmers to show you, but they make some great stuff. And I was really blown away with their corals, with the overall health, with everything. And they are trusting their testing to a company in Austria called Oceamo. You can get these test kits from Reef Moonshiners in the United States, but it's going to go to Oceamo. It's going to go to Austria. This is another brand, ICP Analysis. Maybe you guys have heard me in the past talk about them very poorly. Son of a businessman. I was not happy with these guys. I don't know what was going on. There was a time where I would send tests and not get any results. They lost them. And actually the same thing happened in Triton. They gave me a free one. I met up with one of them, one of their sales reps at Reefapalooza. They gave me a test to try out because I had explained how upset I was with ICP. They said, oh, give us a try. They also lost it. So you know what? Forgive and forget. Let's give them another shot. I'm going to scoop from the tank at the same moment. All of them. I'm just going to scoop. This one actually gives you 3 samples, and then we're going to send it off, and I'm going to report back the findings and compare and contrast what each one says. Okay. Now this one here is a little bit more complicated. This is the Reef Moonshiners one. They actually give you, hi doc, they give you 4 different ones. So you're sending them your RO, you're sending them 3 samples of your tank water, and they want you to use a special filter syringe. So just even before sending it, I have a little bit, I don't know, this just feels like a little bit more quality than the other 2. Actually, Triton did have 3, but didn't ask for RODI water. I like the fact that they asked for it, and I like that they include that little filter. Also on this one, the first one you fill up, it comes with something they call a stabilization fluid that you add, and they claim that that is going to increase the accuracy of the phosphate reading that you're going to get. So I'm going to go ahead now and sign up on their site, so I'll let you know how the sign up process is, because that's part of the experience too. And then we're going to mail them off. Okay, ICP Analysis, you are losing points, and we haven't even got it started. I'm having not the funnest time logging in. This password reset is not my friend, and I don't like that I need to download an app. Why can't I just plug in the number like before? Maybe I'm being old school, but no, my time is money. Come on here. We're not sponsored by any of these people. Paying out of pocket for these, and I really don't have any sort of like, you know, outcome. I'm not trying to push one over the you know, another one, but I just like the way that this Reef Moonshiners one is set up. It's asking, you know, a phone. It's asking for tank volume, what type of salt, how old is the tank, reef material, tank type, what type of corals. You know, it's asking a lot of questions, and it's asking the right questions, and I really I like the layout, and super easy to register on their site. All right, the test results are back, and I'm gonna give the best ICP out of the 3 that we tried to Oceamo. It says Reef Moonshiners here. It's going, you see at the bottom, powered by Oceamo in Australia. Austria. Let me tell you why. One, you can forget about using the ICP Analysis one. This is kind of interesting. In the time that it took for our test results to get back, ICP Analysis confirms it's closing down, has gone bankrupt. You know what? I was a little bit on the fence about giving them a second shot anyway, so go ahead and disregard ICP Analysis because they're no longer in business. Now, I'm looking at Oceamo versus Triton. These are the other two. Triton came back faster. Oceano, I like that they give you alkalinity. It's just a very basic measurement, but it's really appreciated that, you know, something so simple, they do give you that measurement. I think the salinity on this one is actually correct. That is the same as what I was getting. 33.6 aligns to 1.025. Triton is saying that our salinity is at 35.1, which is 1.0, almost 2.7. Another small thing that I really like about the Oceamo one is that it gives you your report in a PDF attached to an email. I just find that I have so many different logins, and sometimes I get stuck with the site. It's right there at your fingertips. It's really easy to download. For a lot of things like heavy metals or trace metals, we were showing up as 0. For example, on the Triton test, if we look at copper, we're getting copper reading of 0.00. Then we look at copper on Oceamo, we're actually getting a reading here. We're getting 7.01, which is high. I actually found that for a bunch of them, 0.000000000000000000. Then I go and look at the Oceamo one, and there's no zeros. It's, even if it's a small number, they're giving us a reading. So I think that this one is a lot more precise. Now, when I test with my Hanna phosphorus meter, I get a very high phosphate rating. We keep it very high in that tank. You can see here, 0.2 when it should be 0.03. This is on the Oceamo one. We look at the Triton one, and it's saying that my phosphate is actually bang on. It's perfect, which I can say with pretty much certainty it is not. I keep it elevated, which is right over here. So I'm seeing some inconsistencies definitely on the Triton one. If I had to use and recommend one and do it again, it's going to Oceamo, hands down. I like the interface better. I like the, I like everything about it. I hope that I explained it throughout the video, but I like that I'm actually getting a reading on some of them where the other one's showing 0. The phosphate has me really questioning the test altogether. Same with the salinity. If you guys can't even get the most basic measurement right, then what are we doing here? I think this was the most expensive one out of the test, and it also took the longest to come back. So that's something to keep in mind. They are going to Europe, whereas Triton, I believe they're testing them in the United States. So you get your test results back a lot faster. But what good is fast if they are inaccurate? I'm not saying that Triton's no good. I'm not saying it's inaccurate. I'm not a scientist. I'm just looking and comparing the two of them together, and I'm trying to show you guys from an unbiased opinion what I'm seeing. And if I got to do it again, like I said, if I'm going to pick one and recommend one and put one on the shelves, it's going to be this one right here, Reef Moonshiners. And you guys get my thumbs up. I think that's it for today's ICP video. I hope that you found it useful. If you're ever struggling with something in one of your tanks, you have, you know, some corals that are just not doing well, and your hobby grade test kits, you haven't been able to figure it out, look at doing an ICP test. It may just show you something that you're missing. You know what? Oftentimes it does. Very few people do one of these tests and then say, oh, you know what? That's exactly what I thought. There were no surprises. That really doesn't happen. But that's it, guys. We'll see you back here on the next episode of Fragbox TV. Bye for now.